the Global Presentation Show, Bring It On. I'm your hostess, Arirang. In Season 2, we are bringing the world to you. We have 12 contestants from 12 different countries. Now, so far, we had to say goodbye to 2 of our contestants, so the stakes are getting higher and higher here on Bring It On. First, let's meet the judges. We have Brian joining us again. Hello, Brian. And Taru from Finland, looking very pretty in pink today. And from Season 1, Amy and Nihat.
Look who's back!
Nihat from Season 1. Welcome back, Nihat.
Hi, guys.
Yeah.
Let's meet our presenters for today. We have Abigail from Paraguay, Ina from Russia, and Jessie representing Canada. Woo! So Abigail, what have you been up to? How have you been?
I'm fine. Actually, in these days, it's very hot here in Korea.
Oh my God.
So I'm happy because I feel like I'm in Paraguay. So
You're happy with this heat?
yes, I love
crazy.
hot weather. So I love summer.
Wait,
Summer
so this is
great.
like normal heat in Paraguay?
In Paraguay, normal heat is around 47.
Whoa!
That's normal for us. So here it's just fresh.
47?
So this must feel like winter to you, right?
Actually, I'm wearing this one.
I was wondering why she's wearing a long sleeve right now.
Yeah.
Because she's cold.
As I said before, this is a competition. So how does this competition work? Let's find out the rules.
Here are the rules. Only one presenter will be crowned the champion. 12 presenters. Each week, a team of 3 will present their items. Third place of each team will compete in the redemption round. The winner of the redemption round then joins in the competition. After the redemption round, the presenter coming in last in each episode will be eliminated. In the 12th episode, the final 2 will duke it out for the grand prize. There can be only one winner.
Bring It On is joined by viewers from all around the world, and today we are going to learn a little bit more about Paraguay, Russia, and Canada. Let's find out what today's topic is. Today's topic is education. So there's different education systems in different countries, so let's learn a little bit more about that. We've prepared a special quiz. Little known facts of the 3 countries. Let's start with Paraguay. Private universities in Paraguay do not have blank.
Tuition.
Tuition.
Maybe the government pays for every student's education?
Oh, that would be nice, right?
Sounds
That
like
would be sweet.
But it's a private university.
Oh. Cafeterias.
Cafeterias.
Break time?
This is
Exams.
These are also bad things.
Bathrooms.
Universities in Paraguay do not have entrance exams.
Yeah.
Now, how does this work in Paraguay? If you want to go to university, then how do you qualify?
So if you pay, you can go.
You mean the...
Oh,
No,
money
actually
makes the world go round.
No, actually the universities are very, very expensive in Paraguay, and the national universities you can go for free. Also have a lot of scholarships.
So which university did you go to?
Iowa University.
Okay, let's move on to Russia, guys. In Russia, there are universities set up in blanks. Professors visit these places to give lectures so that the students do not have to commute.
Oh, yeah.
Brian, yes.
Like local culture centers?
Local cultural centers. Not exactly.
Maybe
Well, just say it's not right. Shoot, man.
in the countryside? I mean,
In the
so the people outside of
countryside?
urban areas can go, can get education.
Right, could be. Amy?
I'm going to guess the exact opposite in offices, maybe in urban centers.
So maybe they can work and study at the same time.
Ina, are
Warmer.
we? Yeah,
Warmer?
we're pretty close, right? Amy
warm.
is the warmest so far.
Museum?
This is
It's something
Superhero.
where you make something.
Yes.
It's a place where
Fabrics.
Factories is correct. In
fabrics.
Russia, there are universities set up in factories. Please tell us more, Ina.
Russia has actually like different kind of system in school and universities, and usually it takes 5 years to graduate from ordinary university, but we also have like evening programs, or we have programs where you do not have to go to university but just pass exams. Like every year you just go during the exam time and you just take an exam, you pass it, and you move on, and then you graduate. And also like in the big factories, they just do this university facilities, and usually it is like for develop your profession. So the professors visit there and they give lectures there. So different kind of education in Russia.
Right, so very practical,
Yeah.
the very practical side of the Russian education system.
Cool.
So we've learned a little bit more about the education system in these 3 countries, but we're just getting started. Now let's get down to the main event. It's time to unveil today's items. As usual, we'll start with a little teaser. The clues are in the box. If I call your name, please unveil your clue, starting with Abigail.
Okay.
Can I get a drum roll, please?
Is that you? Who is that?
No.
Oh, she's very beautiful.
It's beautiful, right?
Who is she?
You don't know her?
I
She's
think
a model.
She looks a lot like me, but
Salma Hayek? Salma Hayek? She looks like you.
I could see the resemblance.
She does not look Asian at all. Some girl with a bunch of flowers.
Could you please tell us who she is?
Okay, this girl is a very, very famous Paraguay national.
Around the world? All right, then she's Miss Paraguay.
Miss Paraguay?
That's a good guess. Yeah.
No.
What's her name?
The name of this girl is Larissa Riquelme.
Is she Michael Bublé's wife? Wait, Michael Bublé married
Wait.
Actually, she is very famous in Korea. I was surprised because
Larissa Riquelme?
yes, because
Larissa Riquelme.
she's a model.
every time I say, "Oh, I am from Paraguay," the people look at me and they say, "Oh, Larissa Riquelme, I remember her."
Does anybody know her?
Very famous.
I've heard the name, but I can't really remember. But actually, I'm thinking today's top topic is education.
It's education.
And she's a pretty woman, so maybe you have this kind of pageant schools, schools that prepare for the Miss Universe.
Oh,
pageant,
yeah.
something like that, maybe.
I should be at
Very
dance school right
good
now.
guess. Okay, let's think a little bit more about Larissa Riquelme. Okay.
No, it's not Riquelme. It's Riquelme.
Larissa Riquelme.
Okay,
That was good, right? That was good, right?
Excellent.
Larissa.
Okay, guys, repeat after me. Larissa
Larissa.
Riquelme.
Riquelme.
Oh,
Riquelme.
Let's remember her name and let's hold on to that thought. Okay, Larissa Riquelme is Abigail's hint. Let's move on to Ina from Russia.
Rubik's Cube? Yep. I hate those things.
I love it.
It's so hard. I can never get it, man.
Yeah, I never got it.
I never
to be
got it
honest.
either.
Yeah. I once pulled it apart and just took it apart and reassembled it.
Yeah, of
That's
course you
how I
did.
do it. I mean,
Of course you did.
Doesn't everybody do it that way? No.
Is
I
that
just threw it out the window.
Yes, I like that.
Exactly.
I like that. Okay, Ina's cube is a Rubik's cube. What
In
is she
Russian,
trying to
it's-
tell us?
In Russian, it's Rubik, kind of the opposite.
Rubik.
Rubik.
Kubi.
Kubik.
Rubik's cube, the opposite. Kubik first, and then Rubik.
Ah, Rubik.
Yeah.
Kubik Rubik.
What is it called in Korea?
Rubik's cube.
Are you 100% sure?
I am 100% positive.
Okay.
Rubik's cube in Korea. In Russia, it's cubic
Rubik.
Okay, so cubic Rubik is Ina's clue.
This isn't Paraguay. You don't have to do the R thing.
Okay, Cubic Rubik.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm good, right?
you're good, girl.
Okay, cubic Rubik is Ina's clue. What is she trying to tell us? What is she trying to tell us, guys?
Maybe you have some, a compulsory subject in Russia is, one of the compulsory subjects in elementary school is the Rubik's Kubik, whatever it is.
That would be cool.
Kubik or whatever it is.
I would say maybe something related to math because a Rubik's cube is
something
very
very
mathematical. So maybe like a math program, Russia's math program.
Maybe,
Or
but
secret
Korea.
codes. Like Da Vinci Code.
Oh, like KGB.
Yeah, the KGB.
KGB uses Rubik's Cubes. You want to be in the KGB.
It's the
You have
entrance
to do that in
exam.
less than a minute,
Yeah,
right?
blindfolded,
Exactly.
underwater.
Okay, hold that thought with the cubic Rubik. And now we'll move on to Jesse's
Wait
clue.
until you see my clue.
Okay, drum roll, please.
Song.
Wait, this is a song by
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder, yes.
Stevie Wonder ain't Canadian.
Yeah, nobody said he was Canadian.
Well, this is Canada.
Wait, so Jesse, is your clue Stevie Wonder or the song that he's singing?
Well, it's kind of a combination of both, if I'm going to be honest.
Stevie Wonder. What is Jesse trying to tell us with Stevie Wonder in Canada's education system?
Okay, so
Yes.
Stevie Wonder is known as an artist who is blind. I feel like you have a school to educate blind people or people who are handicapped.
It's very close. Very close.
That is good. Yeah, I know I was close because when I said it, Jesse's face kind of froze. Like, oh gosh, why did he get it so quickly? Yeah.
You know what? Let's find out because I'm dying. What is your clue, Jesse?
Well, my topic today is about very close. It's not necessarily a separate school, but it's the whole education, special education system for those students with special needs.
So basically, Brian was correct.
Basically, but it's not about, he said it's about a school or a class, but it's about the whole education system across the board, including the public schools.
Look at him,
and
he's
all.
trying to beat around the bush. Yeah, he ain't got my vote today.
Right, and Stevie Wonder is a great example, right?
Yeah, because it's a person who had a disability but was able to achieve greatness, and that's really what that Canadian special education
he's an amazing
system
artist.
is all about.
Yes,
It is,
that's
yeah.
very inspiring. So that is Jesse's topic. What about you, Ina? What are you trying to tell us with the Kubik Rubik?
Your pronunciation
love
is
it
so
so- you-
good.
I love how you say it. It's good.
No, but she sounds like Russian,
Yeah,
like
Kubik
native
Rubik.
Russian. Yeah, yeah. You don't smile. You don't
Okay,
smile.
Kubik Rubik.
Kubik
Yeah.
Rubik.
100%
This is my Kubik Rubik.
Okay, you both look like Russian today.
You look Russian? Wow.
Yeah, pronunciation is perfect.
Okay, thank you.
But anyway, actually, I think every one of you had this when you were a child, right?
Had.
And
Mine's out the
had.
window
Not
now.
anymore. It's annoying anymore.
Yes.
But when you were a child, it's kind of when you play with this, it develops your talent, your abilities, your logical abilities. And actually, in Russia, the government pays a lot of attention to education for gifted children, for talented children. That's why I choose this as a clue.
Okay.
For the wise.
Oh, for the special, very talented children in Russia. Okay. Okay, and last but not least, Abigail. Who is she and what are you trying to tell us with her?
Okay, actually, I have one more photo.
Oh, you can't do that now.
Maybe you know she wants now.
She's a cheerleader.
Yes! Yes! She is the number one cheerleader of Paraguay football national
football.
section.
That's why Koreans know her, because Koreans love soccer and football.
Yeah. So that's why, like, when I say, "Oh, I am from Paraguay," everybody say, "Oh, Larissa Riquelme." I saw her in the world.
Like a soccer match.
The World Cup, yeah.
World competition.
So, are you trying to talk about Paraguayan cheerleaders?
So, as everybody knows, in South America, the football is very, very famous, and we do have education about football. So today, I want to talk about that. I hope you like it.
Well, that was a twist right there. I would have never thought soccer or football.
Okay, soccer
Wow.
education system
Soccer
in
education
Paraguay.
system in Paraguay.
Okay, so we have 3 very interesting topics today, and we are ready to roll, but let's check out the scoring system first. Judges 30%, studio audience 20%, the Bring It On application 30%, website 10%, and the final pitch 10%, and the presenters will be ranked first, second, and third places. If you're watching the studio recording live via the Arirang TV website or YouTube, don't forget to vote, but also send us your comments and your suggestions. We love hearing from you. Before we start the presentations, let's check out the initial responses. Who's leading the poll on our Arirang TV website and our application so far? Let's find out. Remember, viewers, you can determine who gets to stay on our show and who gets to be asked to leave our show. So please remember to vote. Now, with that said, without further ado, let's start the competition. Today, we'll start with Abigail.
Yeah. Abigail! Ándale, ándale!
Hello, Bring It On. I'm Abigail, and today I want to talk to you about Paraguay club soccer education. Let's start with what is football to us? Okay, football in South America, as you know, it's everybody, it's inside of everybody's heart. Football to us is not just a sport, it's our soul, it's everything to us, it's our tradition, it's the blood of everyone, like men's, women's, all the people, and young people, everybody loves soccer, and we really, really feel the heartbeat when we are doing football. It's everyone, everything to us. So red, white, and blue, the colors of our blue, we say this very, very often. So today I really want to tell you, I want to compare a little bit about Korean kids' football education and Paraguayan kids. Football, everybody in the world loves football. But in Korea, the Korean kids are very, very lucky because the Korean football education system is very good. The Korean kids have everything to be a good football players. When I was here, I was very surprised because the Korean kids have a very high quality football education. The players, the system, everything is very high quality. Yay! Yes, this is Korean kids football education, but unfortunately, Paraguay kids don't have that look. In Paraguay, even they don't have shoes, they don't have arches, they don't have balls. They just play football without shoes, and that's our passion. And the reason why it's very easy to Paraguayans to grow in the football atmosphere is because we have the canchitas. We say this, canchitas. They are small soccer fields that can be found easily in the neighborhoods of Paraguay. Like in every state and everywhere you can see a little bit soccer field, and that's very, very national and very traditional of us. And when you ask a boy, what do you want to be when you grow up? They always say, cuando sea grande quiero ser un futbolista. I want to be a soccer player. But that is very, very difficult in Paraguay because the football education is very expensive. So the National Secretary of the Sports are providing scholarships to talented children for poor families. Paraguay Football League, actually Paraguay Football League is very, very famous because Cerro Porteño and Olimpia, they both are Paraguayan football, the first league of Paraguayan football. And in the FIFA ranking result, that club was in the best world league ranking, the number 10. And in the FIFA world ranking, Paraguay right now is the number 33. So it's not bad, but we are doing our best. Also, we have the Copa America Indigenous people, and the selection of indigenous people in Paraguay is the undefeated champion in American Indian Festival. Yeah, we have the #1. Also, we have the Paraguay Women's Football Championship. And the Paraguay
all
Football
the time
Stars.
that we have for Abigail.
I want to introduce you, my oppa.
Very
Okay,
strict
oppa.
about time, but if you have anything else to say, maybe you can
Okay.
use the Q&A sessions to
Okay.
do that. Judges, do you have any questions for Abigail?
I kind of found it hard to follow everything. So if you could just give me like the 3 key points that make the football education system so great. Because I understood about Korea, but I
Yes.
still honestly don't get it about
Yeah. Actually, the Paraguay football education system, it's very easy to Paraguayan people getting inside the football because it's so normal, it's so traditional to us. Like in Korea, if you want to play football, you have to go to a school football. But in Paraguay, you don't need that because you have a school football. You had your own school place near to your house. So it's so normal, it's so traditional to us to play football, the boys, the girls. If you're old, if you're a child, like everybody likes and loves football. And for #2, in Paraguay, there are a lot of kids who have the sport talent, but they don't have the money to go to a school, to a football school. So the country gives to them scholarships so they can grow up in a school, in a football school, and after that can be a Paraguay football star. So that's why I want to tell you about the Paraguayan football education system. Yes.
Okay. If not, then it's time to vote for Abigail's presentation. Studio audience, please get out your smartphones and get ready to vote. Okay, it's time to find out what the judges thought of Abigail's presentation. Now, so far, 0 out of 4 lights are up. I think it has to do with the fact that Abigail's presentation had to end prematurely, but it was a pretty energetic, spirited presentation. So what did the judges think of Abigail's presentation? Your vote becomes final on my count of 3. 3, 2, 1.
Abigail from Paraguay. And the results? Let's find out.
1. Only Nihat voted for Abigail. Okay, let's hear what the judges thought. First with you, Nihat. Why did you vote for Abigail?
I know the Latinos, they're really good at soccer. Just being honest, when people, they are introducing their country, I think they should show the best thing. And I think that's the best for them, so.
Thank you.
About soccer.
Cheerleader?
But next time, you should talk about her.
But you didn't vote for Abigail. Could you please tell us why?
The only reason why I didn't vote for Abigail, I mean, personally, I like Abigail a lot. She has a spontaneous, I guess, personality, and I think that's a great feature about her. But the thing is, during her presentation, she sounded very nervous. She kept on speeding up her dialogue and then slowing down, speeding up and stuttering a little bit. So earlier when Amy was like, I didn't get everything about the education, I think it's because she was so nervous. It's like you couldn't actually, direct your attention to what she was talking about. I chose not to vote for her.
Okay. Amy, is there anything you want to add?
I love you.
I love it too.
And I want to see more of your presentations. I do, but I really just didn't get the
It's
whole
okay. Actually,
gist of it. I just feel like it was like, okay, so you play soccer outside on your own. I don't really understand what kind of education system that is.
I understand.
So that is what the judges thought of Abigail's presentation. Let's find out what the studio audience thought of it. From the judges, 7.5 points. From the audience, 8 points, with a total of 15.5 points. Okay, good job, Abigail. It was a little unfortunate that due to the time restraint that we had to cut the presentation short, but there is still the online votes coming, so you can always count on that. So let's give a big round of applause for Abigail.
Abigail, 사랑해!
Next up is Ina from Russia. Let's give it up for Ina.
my name is Ina Maslova, and today I'm going to present Russian education system for gifted children on Bring It On.
What do you think is our future? It is not a growing economy or high-tech technology. The world's hope is right here. It is more than an industry or nature or anything else. It is our children that have great potential. If it was you, how would you like to grow your children? Children that have many dreams for the future.
So as you can see in the video, children are our future, and depending on how you educate your child, the future will be changing. That's why Russian educational system goal is early detection of the talented children and help them to develop their talents. And some people can say, well, gifted child, what is a gifted child? It's bright child, it's outstand other the same age children, but Russia thinks that a lot of gifted children, they have late development of the talents, or even their talents can be ruined by ordinary educational system. Russia thinks that a gifted child is not only a child that is bright or have some abilities in special areas like music or arts or anything. It is also a child that has internal potential to develop such talents. And this brings a little bit kind of different view. Russia thinks that there are 20% of children who can be gifted. But meanwhile, many countries think only 1% of children can be gifted. So where would you like to raise your child?
Russia.
Thank you, Brian. And because Russia thinks that there are so many potentials for gifted children, they provide a lot of programs. We have 11 programs, and these are most famous programs like Children of Russia, New School, and Gifted Children. So these programs, they provide different kind of education. Like, for example, in many countries, gifted children are considered children that have talents in mathematics or science, but in Russia, every area, like music, art, gymnastics, even soccer, everywhere. If you have a talent, you can go to a special school with this special area where they have deeper education for you. And how to find a gifted child, because parents and school teachers, sometimes they don't know. They have lack of knowledge what is a gifted child. So the Gifted Child program, they provide 11 branches. It covers like the whole country. In these 11 branches, they educate parents, they educate children, they provide camps, organize some competitions, exhibitions where children can, gather, and while they compete, they can find out who is a gifted child. And even they visit local kindergartens and school, and they can find children with potentials. And if you are a gifted child, what can you do? You can choose to stay in ordinary school and have some extra lessons. You can go to a special school, like music school, if you're gifted in music, or art school. Or also, you can go to a special program where they have teachers and they take care of you individually. And the most important thing, that Gifted Child program all supported by the government, so it is free. If you're gifted, welcome to Russia. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very, very good.
Very, very good.
Very good.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Beautiful presentation.
Спасибо.
Okay. Any questions for Ina?
Just wondering if this works on the other side as well, if there are special programs for the less gifted, or if there's some other services.
Yes, like I said before, we have separated classes that provided by school. Every school has different classes. For example, in my school, I hate to say that, but my school was kind of special in mathematics and swimming. So it provided free lessons. You don't have to be like very good at swimming, but in the school we could learn how to swim. So every school has some, special lessons that you can attend for free.
So you can go to any school, or it's not like separated by district?
It depends. Actually, it depends on the school. Some schools, they allow some other children from another district to come. and then they would, see who is good and gifted and provide them a free program. And some schools, if they have too much students, then they would, just restrict by the school.
So I have a feeling that this system is very well established and very systemized. So that's good to know. Everybody, we should all go to Russia, right? To receive,
pay for my plane ticket.
Yeah, free education. Okay, that's about the time that we have for Ina. Let's find out if the audience liked her presentation. Studio audience, please get out your smartphones and get ready to vote. Now let's find out what the judges thought of Ina's presentation. So far, only Nihat has voted for Ina. Your results become final on my count of 3. 3, 2, 1.
Ina from Russia. And the results? Let's find out.
1. Oh, all 4 lights are a perfect score. Congratulations, Ina.
Spasiba.
Rubik, Kubik.
Brian, is there a particular reason why you voted for Ina?
Her presentation was very well thought out, I feel like, and she knew what she was talking about. A lot of people on this show that I noticed from being on it, from my experience, a lot of people just look at the screen and they're reading their information that they wrote out. She actually looked at us, made eye contact with us, and she really actually kind of had like a laser beam coming out of her eyes saying, you know what, I know my stuff, I'm educated, I know what I'm talking about, and I felt like she had very, her self-esteem and her confidence was really showing in her presentation. That's why I voted for her.
Yeah, right, I agree.
I had a brief chat with her before the show, and she says she's very nervous that, this is not her, area of expertise at all, but watching the presentation, I couldn't have told that. I can tell that you are not actually an expert in education.
She was very confident in her presentation. Now, this is what the judges think of Ina's presentation. Let's find out if the studio audience liked it. Here are the studio points for Ina. From the judges, 30 points. From the audience, 17.6 points. For a total of 47.6 points. Good job,
Thank you so
Ina.
Ina MASLOVA!
Now, Bring It On is a survival presentation show, and our scoring system leaves a lot of room for turnarounds. We've seen that happen before. So far, Ina is in the lead in the studio, but anything can happen on Bring It On. So, if you're watching, please keep the votes coming. You can vote via the Arirang TV website or our application, and your participation counts. Last up, we have Jessie. Jessie, you also have 4 minutes and a Q&A session to follow. Let's give it up for Jessie.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bring It On. My name is Jesse Day, and I'd like to talk to you about Canada's special education system. But first, a very important message.
Hi, I'm Jesse Day.
Hey! For our bright and hopeful children, how do we envision the hopes of the disabled? She can't see the world around her, but she can become an amazing pianist. He can't hear the world around him, but he can become a great barista. She can't walk on 2 feet like other children, but she can become a talented athlete. To help them achieve their dreams, we can change their future. If we show them a little extra support, their futures will be bright. And that is what Canada's special education system is all about. But first, I want to talk about Canada's passion for education in general. We have French immersion programs offered at every school, so all children can be raised to be bilingual. 15% of government spending goes to education. That's the top among OECD countries. And there's government-supported research in a variety of educational fields as well. Now let's take a look at another video. So there's about 4.6% of Canadian students that are registered as disabled, and they need special care and attention, which our system gives to them. Now, because I love ice hockey, we're going to talk a little bit about Scott Stafford. He was born with only one hand and is currently being scouted by some of the top NHL teams. Not only has he made success in the amateur leagues, but he's overcome his disability to be one of the best players out there on the ice today. Okay, so the methods of education, what are the cornerstones of the Canadian system is unique? Well, a universal design for learning. This means that the environments, materials, and systems are matched to each individual student depending on their disability and their needs. There is collaboration and consultation. This means it allows people involved in the education of the student to work together. This is not only the teacher. This is special needs workers outside of the school, medical professionals, psychologists, and family members all come together to put a plan together for that child's education, so specifically suited to them. Now, of course, we're all about results here on Bring It On, so let's talk about a few success stories. More than 85% of parents polled with special needs child agreed their child's needs were being met. The Student Success Strategy, initiated in 2003 to raise the high school graduation rates of special needs students, raised it from 68% to 82% over a 10-year span. And a grade 6 special needs study done showed that 73% of special needs students in grade 6 scored at or above the provincial standard in reading and mathematics. So that's quite impressive. So thank you very much. One thing to keep in mind with the Canadian education system for special needs students is every child deserves to be able to achieve their dream. And Canada is one of the greatest countries in the world for ensuring that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I don't like the presentation at all.
Yeah. I think there's a little bit of bias here, but
Yeah.
Amy definitely liked Jesse's presentation. Do you have any questions for him?
That was a flawless presentation. What's wrong with you guys? Why didn't you buzz him in?
We still got time.
America, what are you saying over there?
Whoa! Whoa,
No,
we going to war today.
Amy, don't incite him. Please, sir, ignore my fellow Canadians' comments. Just focus on the presentation.
Please, sir. That makes you feel old.
I'm sorry, dude. Bro, come on.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yes.
But yes, do you have any questions for Jesse?
Actually, there's one thing I would like to know a bit clearer. You're talking about the special needs education in Canada.
Yeah.
Are you talking about special schools that are particularly for the children with special needs, or is it an integrated approach, like in Scandinavia nowadays?
Yeah.
The special, the people with maybe with visual impairment or whatever, they
Yeah.
just attend the ordinary school, but they just have their own extra, teacher.
Sure.
So what is the system like in Canada in this? Yeah.
60% of all disabled students are incorporated with the regular students. So they basically work and study together in the same classroom, although they are given individual teachers' aides if required to help them along. And then the remaining 40% are those with severe disabilities, such as blindness, as you mentioned, or just severe mental disability to the point where they can't really be in the same environment as other students. So those students are in separate classes, and there's also separate schools for them that are also government sponsored.
Okay.
Oh, Nihat buzzed Jesse in. Yes, in the back.
I'm just wondering, who pays for this education? Is there any, government support? Like, in Russia, it's free for the gifted children. What about in Canada?
Oh, a fellow Russian in the audience. Is that what's going on
No,
here?
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, judgment. I knew she wasn't Russian, but you want to judge.
She brought up Russia, so I thought she was proud of Russia. To answer your question, yes, all the programs are 100% government sponsored. Now, when it comes to the individual schools that are required for those with severe disabilities, those are most all government sponsored, but it goes on a province by province case. Some of them are not, and in the ones where they're not, very often there is a government assistance to pay for at least a portion of that child's education. But in the public education system, the 60% that attend classes with other students, it's all 100% government sponsored.
Okay, thank you, Jesse. We all agree that Jesse is a great presenter, so let's find out if the votes reflect that. Studio audience, please get out your smartphones and get ready to vote. let's find out what the judges thought of Jesse's presentation. You guys were pretty impressed with his presentation to the point where there wasn't any questions. So let's find out what you really thought of Jesse's presentations. Your vote becomes final on my count of 3. 3, 2, 1.
Jesse from Canada. And the results? Let's find out.
1. Again, a perfect score for Jesse. All of our judges, all 4 of our judges voted for Jesse.
Thank you.
Now let's find out if the studio audience agree with the judges. Here are the studio points for Jesse. From the judges, 30 points. From the audience, 12.8 points, with a total of 42.8 points from our studio. Good job, Jesse.
Thank you.
Bring It On Studio recording is being streamed live via the website and YouTube, and viewers are sending us comments, so let's find out some of them. One user wrote that me and my friend's favorite thing to do these days is to watch the recording of Bring It On and trying to imagine what it will be like on television. Today's episode was interesting as always. Thank you. Wow, some avid viewers out there. Thank you on behalf of our total staff. And another user wrote that education is an important topic to everyone around the world, and in that sense, today was very interesting and very helpful. Thank you, Bring It On. Thank you for watching. Now let's get back to the competition. It's time for the bonus point. It's time to hear the presenter's final pitch. It's time for the final pitch. Our presenters will be given 1 minute each, and after listening what they have to say, our judges will award 1 extra point to just one presenter. Now this time, let's start things off with Jesse.
Jesse's a cool dude. So last time I did a crazy rap about ice hockey, but this time for this topic, I want to talk to you guys about a Canadian hero that represents a lot of what I was talking about. And that hero is Terry Fox, a legend in Canada, a man born with only one leg who was able to run a marathon all across the country. Now, what does this have to do with education? Well, in Canada, every child is educated from a young age about Terry Fox, and all our schools across the nation have the Terry Fox Run annually. So this not only encourages kids with special needs or disabled that they can achieve great things, he's an inspiration to kids everywhere, and not only that, this figure, Terry Fox, helps to eliminate discrimination because kids learn from a young age that we're all really the same in the end. So Terry Fox, a true Canadian hero.
Thank you, Jesse. And now let's hear from Ina.
Okay, today I'm here to bring you a little bit of Russia. I'm wearing this traditional Russian costume, and it's my first time to wear the full version of the costume. So I brought a very special gift from Russia. This is a souvenir called Matryoshka. It's a doll. I think you all know that if you open it, it has more and more and more. So I think that Russian educational system can be represented by this doll. Why? Russian educational system, they try to find your potential, which is inside, deeply inside. So I can see this as a Russian educational system. And also, you can give it to a child, and your child can be more talented after playing with this. Why? It has different shapes, it has different sizes, and when you combine together, you have to think a lot. So here we are, Russia.
Okay, thank you, Ina, for your final pitch. Please take your seat. Next up, we have Abigail from Paraguay.
Yeah. Okay, my topic is football, so can you play?
Can I play?
Yeah.
like really play, like hustle?
Yeah. Can you pick?
Okay.
Oh, good. Okay. Today in Bring It On, I just want to say that in Paraguay, we have a lot of children who are dreaming to be a soccer player, to be a football player, and to grow up and be a good soccer star and help their families, but they are so poor and they cannot go to a school, football school. So in Arirang TV, I just want to say that we need the help of the coaches of around the world. Please come to Paraguay and see our children. They are so talented. They have too much potential. And bring it on and go by country. I love Paraguay.
Thank you, Abigail. We've heard what the presenters had to say. Now it's up to the judges to decide. But before that, Nihat has to leave us a little early because there's a restaurant emergency. Now, you've watched the final pitch. Please tell Amy very discreetly who you want to vote for. Okay. Now Nihat has to leave, so let's give him a big round of applause as he leaves us. Thank you for joining us back on season 2, Nihat. Okay, judges, now you have to decide who to give the 1 extra point to. It's going to be a tough decision, I feel like, so huddle up. And please discuss amongst yourself who will get the 1 extra point. Judges, have you reached a decision?
Unfortunately, we have.
Okay, Brian, could you please tell us who it is?
I will pass that to Amy.
Oh!
Okay, Amy.
I will pass that to Taru.
No. That's it. Okay, I just caught up. Okay, good. I'll pass
me?
it back to you.
Okay, you guys do
Is
want
that
to
the
do
only
one more
guy here?
round? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, this time we voted. It was a hard decision. Actually, it was a tie between people. I don't want to say the names, but the extra point will go to this week. We'll tell you next week on.
Stop playing with us, Brian.
It is Jessie Day.
Jessie Day. Okay, so the extra point goes to Jessie. Now, we've heard from all 3 presenters. We know what the judges and our studio audience thought of the presentations, but we still have the online votes to consider. And now the votes are in, and I have the final results. It's time to hear the verdict. Our judges, our studio audience, and our online voters have spoken. Now, Bring It On is a competition, so whoever comes last today will be eliminated from our show. Now, I have the votes in my hand, and these are the final results. Coming in 3rd place today is, with 29.82 points,
4 minutes to give their best presentation, followed by a Q&A session. Coming in at 3rd place
is Abigail.
I know it. It's okay.
But we really did enjoy your presentation. It was so full of energy and so much spirit, but it was unfortunate that you did not get the time to finish it.
I hope you guys like it, and I hope you liked. And during my presentation here in Bring It On, you learn it about my country, about Paraguay, and maybe sometime you can go there and remember me.
Yeah.
Yes.
We love you.
Yes, we love you, Abigail. Okay, so now it's time to announce today's winner. It was a very, very close race. Now, the winner had 66.01 points, and the runner-up 60.07 points. So it was a pretty tight race until the very end. Now, who is today's winner? Will it be Jessie representing Canada or Ina representing Russia? Today's winner is...
Who will rise to the top?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Panel. Studio audience. Bring It On app. Arirang website. Special bonus point. And the final score.
Congratulations, Jessie Day. Which makes Ina the automatic runner-up. Now, Ina, it was a pretty close race. Only 6 points.
Wow. I'm proud of myself, Jessie. I'm sorry, but actually, before I went on the show, I was worried about Jessie.
Okay, congratulations, both of you. You get to go on to the next round. But we have to say goodbye to Abigail. On behalf of the judges, Brian, would you like to say something to Abigail?
Well, Abigail, as we always said, we love her. She's amazing, she's sweet, she's beautiful, she's got a kind heart. It's just unfortunate that her presentation today, she was a little nervous. She sped up a bit and she stuttered a bit. But other than that, I mean, I think it was still a wonderful presentation. She educated us about Paraguay and also Korea on soccer. So I think she's going to do well elsewhere as well. So don't be too discouraged. You always have next year. Maybe you'll have another chance next season.
Okay.
So yes, hope for the better always.
Thank you. Abigail, would you like to say something to our viewers?
So, bringing on beers. Have fun and learn a lot about Canada, about Russia, and a lot of countries are there. And you have to open your mind and see more than Korea. So open your mind and be a global person. And love you.
Thank you, Abigail, for being on our show. Let's give it up for Abigail, Ina, and Jessie. Every week on Bring It On, our 3 presenters will bring you fascinating stories from their homelands. But this is a competition, so your vote could determine the fate of our presenters. Today, unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to Abigail, but we will be back next week with 3 new presenters. Until we introduce all the fascinating items around the world, we will continue to bring it on. Until then, goodbye for now.
Jessie's mom, the best!